That's going to be an epic shit show.
Hey everybody, Lumpy here, calling this week's asshole match. This week we've got a match between Paco, Walter Alberto, and Yooper, Ian Hughes. As a quick reminder, before we get started, don't forget to sign up for Windy City Showdown 4 in Chicago. If you are a new player who shows up, I will offer my services in helping you gamble that weekend and win lots of money to make it worth your while. So be there. All right, this is a special edition of Asshole because you guys have seen the best players in the world have awesome shootouts. This is likely to be the exact opposite of that. We've got Paco, who in 5 years has somehow never improved enough to get more than one shot around within 6 feet. And you've got Yooper, who is actually one of the best players in the world, but calls this the cuntiest cunt course of all time and hates it. So this should be entertaining. And right off the bat, Yooper with a mistake there. That's not the course's fault because, sorry, I hate this course too, but driving it in the opening there, and you got an easy chip possibly for a nice hole out on one. You puts it in the trap, makes it a little more difficult, and comes away with a birdie. Paco's got a great look here. I'd expect that to be anything but short. Oh, Paco, that was embarrassing. And we're off. This is about what I expected. Some really, really shitty golf here. All right, hole 2. It's a pretty easy look, just up and over the trees. Paco lands on the green. Easy eagle. I would expect Yoop to hit a similar shot. He's also got the 5-wood up and over.
Splash.
And that is wet. That's about right for this course. Sometimes that hole plays about 15 yards longer, and sometimes you hit a 5-wood and just blast it into the water. So I'm with you, Yoop. Although it looks like he might have moved up on the tee box there. That might be why he went a little longer than Paco. I think they hit the same club and distance, but early 2-stroke lead for Paco. It's a nice shot here on 3, and there it is. GSPs. I would expect that would be his one time for the round, and he will not hit anything within 6 feet for the next 15 holes. This is a shot you could get close with, but he comes up short. Easy birdie, still down 2. Pretty easy look here on 4 with the pin in the middle there. Those lays out to the right. A little short right, let it bounce up there. It's an okay shot by Paco. He'll make an easy eagle. Wouldn't be surprised if you got this somewhat close. And just a little bit long, but good shot. He had the line right. A couple percent less, that would have scared the hole. All right, on to 5. Just driving into the fairway here. And then we'll see. It's a pretty long look today, so they're probably going to have to give it everything they've got to get home in 2, but I'd expect this to play pretty easy for 2 eagles today. Paco will throw it up there with a Maniacs, get it as far back as he can. Leave himself a pretty easy putt. And he did that. That might have been worse than a chip on 1. All right, so Paco gives one back, I assume. Assuming Ian can clean up his eagle here. He's not going to be able to get back to the hole and make this, but he should be able to put it right there and make a pretty easy putt. I think he's got the exact same distance Paco did, so 2 peas in a pod in this hole, but I expect Ian to pick up a stroke here on the putt. And there it is, center cut. Down 1 going into 6. This isn't a horrible look for this hole. I think it was pretty long. I don't know if that's going to... Yep, that made it. This is a hole I struggle with sometimes. It plays a little bit long, so I wasn't sure if that would make it, but it's a nice straight look for that medium tee driver. Gets up and over the hill, stays below the trees. Paco will throw it out a little right at 98. Still makes it. I don't know why he took a couple percent off there. It was, I think, 100% shot all day to possibly get it back there, but hopefully he can handle this putt, and he does. Still up 1 going into 7. Yooper will throw a sniper into the middle of the screen, take his eagle, and move on. With a back pin like that, you can get a little frisky with a jab if you want and try and land something about 20 yards short and let it run down. Paco, I think that might have been a 1-iron orbits. I can't say I understand the orbits of the back pin there. I guess he wanted to save the 6 inches of slide for some reason. But it's in regardless. Eagle, still up 1 going into 8. Pin's accessible there in the middle. Let's see if either of these guys can get this one close. Yoop a little bit off. Ian's a player I'd expect to be normal course. I think he'd be more dialed in and getting a lot of these shots close. You can just tell he's not comfortable on eagles. I'm the same way. I get it. You got to learn there's a lot of elevation changes and things like that, where some of us are still learning the distances to add on or take off. And if you don't know them well, this course can be a bitch. 2 good drives here on 9. Should have low irons here through the trees. See where the pin is. Wally's going jab here. And he will get it up the mound, and I believe that is on the right tier. So good shot by Paco. He'll make his eagle, move on. Hole can play tough, so that's a nice eagle. He finishes the front at 14 under, not bad. Holy shit, Yoop. I have no idea what the fuck that was, but I think he just hit that straight into a tree. I don't know why. That luckily hangs on to the very back of the green. He's going to hit chipper here. I think he could probably putt this with a Ranger, but I'm going to guess Yooper is pretty pissed off right now and doesn't give a shit. So minus 11, he would probably tell you that's about par for him on the front. Down 3 going in the back. Now a word from our back 9 sponsor this week.
Are you tired of being the only supporter of your team in a group chat? Looking to build a little camaraderie centered around your team of choice? Want some surface level analysis of your team's most recent performance? Walter Alberto Flores is your man. Paquito is desperate to join a team chat and is available to support any team in any sport. Big cricket fan? Wally doesn't give a fuck. He'll join you. Afraid because your team is a rival of Chicago? Paco doesn't mind. Recently discovered Natalia Gietler of the Brazilian tech ball team? Walter is in. This man is desperate for a team chat now that he barely plays any Golden Tee Mobile. Please consider adding Walter to your team chat before we all come in his city. Walter may be unavailable during his monthly trips to Disney, and don't make any movie references as he won't have a fucking clue what you're talking about. This ad is brought to you by Walter Flores for your team chat.
I'm going on record. Great commercial, guys, but I'm going on record. Don't add fucking Wally to your team chats. He's a traitor and should never be allowed into any team chats. Onwards. Kind of a
Splash.
somewhat tough look on 10, and again, I don't know what the fuck that was. This is the entertainment I expected. We were seeing some really, really bad shots here. That was not close by Walter. He makes par, and chance for Yoop to get right back into this. He's going medium T. You can try and go around these trees, but he's going to go right through. Keeps it low enough with the 3-wood. Good distance. Relatively easy chip here. He should be able to make his eagle here, so pretty well played by Yoop. He can get back within 1 if he can make this. And again, I think this is one of those things where it's a chip Yoop would normally make. I think he's just comes into the hole 1 on Eagles expecting the worst, and yeah, that's the kind of stuff that happens. These guys have both played out to the fairway on 11. Sometimes this is drivable with a low tee driver through the trees, but smart play here to get out to the fairway. Got a nice stinger look here. We'll see if either of them can get it close. Walter cannot. And I think his streak is intact. I think I said when he got GSP on hole 3 or whatever it was, that might be his only ones. I don't think he's had any since, so we'll see if that changes. Chipper, and there we go. All right, you puts that one in, and I believe he is within 1 now. So we've got a match. 12th hole. That's a pretty good look on the tee shot. Just get it out there in the fairway. Second shot will play a ways uphill, but it should be a pretty straightforward hole today with this wind. See if these guys has a good look for their second shot. Yeah, it's a tough front pin with that wind. And all right, just off the front. You've got pretty aggressive there. Should be able to make this, though, and make his eagle and move on. And he's in. We'll see what Walter does here. He looks like he's just playing a 9-wood up to the fat of the green. He'll take his eagle and move on. He's not going to mess around with trying to get close on this one. Solid shot. Should have an easy putt. And should stay up 1 going into 13. All right, this is a pretty good look here. See if these guys can get close. We haven't had too many balls scare the hole for hole outs, but it's a little long there from Yooper. Again, the distances are just takes a little while to get used to on this course. Everything plays uphill, downhill, which I think is why some players really like this course, and I think it's a good challenge. You got to curve the ball a lot. Got to deal with a lot of elevation changes. And honestly, I don't hate this course too much other than just a couple holes, one of which is coming up, and I think sets up just completely dumb sometimes. We'll see how it looks today, and that is, yeah, that's a pretty ugly look. Yooper basically, I don't think had any clue how to play that and just bashed it right into the trees. And was not close. Wally trying a piss missile
Splash.
Driver that does not get up. And Yooper actually smartly saved the shot by laying up here. So we might be even after this hole. See, I didn't think Yooper knew what he was doing when he hit that tee shot into the trees, but that was actually pretty smart. Laid it up nicely, made his 3. He should pick up stroke and get back even after hole 14. I'm sure certain guys, Russ, other of the top players in the world, would say that was an easy look and there's some easy way to hit that shot. I have no clue what it was. I wish I could tell you. But that setup was nasty in my opinion. So not surprised to see the 3 and the 4 there. Pretty easy look here on 15. Just a low iron through the trees. The wind's blowing it right back to the hole. Would expect 2 pretty easy. This is different. Paco's going up and over with a 9-wood. I have never played it that way. I usually played a low tee down low, but that looks like it works too. So Paco should have a putt here for his birdie. And we should be moving on even going into 16. I figured this would be entertaining, and it is. Maybe not the best golf, but these guys have hit some decent shots, and they've hit about the amount of shitty shots I expected to for this course. So we're getting our money's worth here, and we're going to come down the stretch here tied going in the last 3 holes. So see who can pull this one out. Tough pin tuck back there. We'll see if anyone wants to try and get aggressive and curve it around enough to go at it, or if they both just take their eagle and move on. Wally makes his 3. Yooper's going to go ahead and get aggressive. He's going right through that gap. This is super aggressive. I like it, though. Yeah, nice shot. Wally played that like a pussy. Yooper went at it. I like that. Gave it a chance. Still even going in 17. Another reasonably easy look with the pin right in the center here, so just got to play, take some distance off, play it downhill. I would expect 2 pretty easy birdies here. See if Wally can get it close at all. Nope. He's already got his GSP quota for the round, so I would not expect anything else to be within 6 feet today. Okay, 18, tied. See what Yoop can do here,
Splash.
and he is wet. That's about the most fitting end possible for Ian on this course.
Splash.
Had it tied going to 18, he's wet again. He's now in I don't give a fuck mode. You never know. Wally could get wet too, but all Walter has to do is make less than a 6 here to wrap this up. And actually, I just noticed, for all the shit I gave Paco about his GSPs, he beat Yooper on GSPs. Jesus fucking Christ, Yoop. All right, well, that's a double embarrassment. Paco wins on strokes and on GSPs. Hopefully everyone was entertained, and we will see you next time.